Welcome, everyone. Let's dive into a new, informative topic. Have you ever observed how some people have handprints that seem to carry hidden messages, almost like a coded map pointing to something greater? A common and fascinating feature found in the palms of certain individuals is the letter M. While it may appear to be a mere coincidence, this symbol carries a deeper meaning, far beyond the material world. It represents a unique mission, one that is not always easy to understand or see at first glance. This mark, which seems to naturally form in some people's hands, is often dismissed or seen as an oddity. Yet, for those who possess it, the M serves as a constant reminder that there is a higher purpose guiding their life. Even if they don't consciously know it, those with this mark understand deep down that their journey is special and different from others. Before we are born, our souls are already destined for something greater. This destiny is not random but a part of a grander plan, one that stretches beyond our physical lives. In the Bible, the book of Jeremiah says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." This suggests that our spiritual calling is set in motion long before we enter this world. The letter M in one's palm is not just a physical mark, but a symbol of a deeper spiritual connection. It carries the energy of those who are meant to do more than live an ordinary life. When we look at this mark, we are reminded that life is not simply a series of random events. Every moment, no matter how small, has meaning and purpose. For those who bear the EM, certain signs become apparent. They often experience heightened sensitivity, deep intuitive feelings, and a strong sense that they are here for a purpose that extends beyond a normal existence. These traits are not just random. They are part of a spiritual preparation that manifests in both mysterious and practical ways in daily life. These individuals might not always understand the full extent of their gifts, but they feel a pull, a drive that is difficult to explain. This is why people with the M on their palms often feel a sense of being different or set apart from others. They are keenly aware that they are not fully integrated into the world around them. However, this sense of separateness is not a mistake. Rather, it is a sign that they are destined for something unique. Their soul is part of a greater mission, one that goes beyond the rules and expectations of society. One of the deeper meanings of the AM is a call to spiritual leadership. Much like Moses, who was chosen to lead the Israelites, those who carry this mark often feel a responsibility to guide, uplift, and help others, even if they are not fully aware of it. Their mission is slowly revealed to them as they go through life. Many of them possess an extraordinary intuition, the ability to sense the energy of people and places, and even to predict events. This heightened awareness is not a coincidence. It is a sign that they are in tune with a larger cosmic plan. They are connected to something divine, even if they don't realize it. These individuals understand on a deep level that the events in their lives have a purpose that goes beyond what can be easily understood by others. They turn inward, seeking answers to the questions they have about their life's purpose. The path for those with the M is not always easy. Often they experience feelings of loneliness, confusion, or doubt, which cause them to question their place in the world. However, during these times, the M serves as a silent reminder that a higher power is orchestrating their journey. As the Bible says in Romans 8:28, "In all things, God works for the good of those who love Him." For those who carry this mark and are struggling, this verse reminds them that ultimately, everything in their life is part of a plan to help them grow and fulfill their purpose. Having the letter M on your palm does not guarantee a typical life. In fact, those who bear this mark are often called to be agents of change in the world. They shine a light in the darkness, spreading knowledge, understanding, and compassion, demonstrating that love and spirituality are the highest priorities. The M serves as a constant reminder that even in difficult or challenging times, they are not alone. Like the universe working in harmony to guide them, the letter M signifies that something wonderful and divine is in store for them, a higher purpose that makes each step in their journey meaningful. As time passes, individuals with the M on their palm begin to notice how many things in their lives seem to align in a way that is almost too perfect to be coincidental. No event, no matter how small or difficult, feels random. Every challenge, every opportunity seems like a step towards something greater. This alignment between the events of their lives and the larger spiritual laws of the universe is a reflection of their higher calling. Just as a sculptor gradually shapes a statue, every experience, whether good or bad, molds these individuals for the purpose they were born to fulfill. From a young age, people with the M on their palm often feel a deep sense that life holds significant meaning. They sense that their experiences are connected to something much bigger than the immediate world around them. This feeling often leads them to explore their spirituality, seeking to understand the relationship between the visible and invisible aspects of life. Many of them go through a period of introspection, contemplating life, death, and the afterlife. This early awareness often leads them to become more perceptive and sensitive to spiritual matters, as well as more empathetic toward the suffering of others. This heightened sense of awareness sets them on a path of spiritual discovery, where they begin to unravel the deeper mysteries of existence. The selected ones frequently face difficulties during adolescence. Doubts are more common during this time, and the sense of alienation might worsen. But it's also around this time that the groundwork for their quest starts to take shape. Notwithstanding their discomfort, these difficulties serve a crucial purpose by equipping the person to handle the difficulties of their vocation. In order to fortify their faith, bravery, and fortitude, the chosen soul must encounter challenges, just like a warrior trains before combat. The notion of reincarnation and life lessons states that spiritual symbols like the letter M retain memories and duties from previous lifetimes, and that every existence is a learning period. Every hardship represents a lesson that is essential to the soul's development. Premonitions or vivid dreams are common among those with this mark, and they appear to influence their choices. These visions are communications from a higher power, attempting to guide the path forward rather than being the result of the imagination. Isolation might be a persistent companion throughout this stage. This condition, however, teaches one to follow their own intuition, which turns into a trustworthy compass. For the person to discover their inner power, they must experience this brief seclusion. It's critical to keep in mind that replies are not always swift. Clarity frequently only comes after moments of uncertainty. But ultimately, those who keep going find that the light they're looking for has always been inside of them. Natural leadership and responsibility. The selected ones feel more accountable for their deeds, much like the prophets and spiritual leaders of the past. Not only is your path unique, but it is also meant to have a beneficial influence on others around you. Unbeknownst to them, they frequently draw those looking for moral support or direction. A welcoming and inspiring spirit emanates from your presence, inspiring people to strive for their own best selves. Not only is the letter M a symbol, but it also serves as a continual reminder that life is a path of education and development. It has within its bearer the power to change not only their own life, but also the lives of everyone they come into contact with. The difficulties get more severe as they grow into adults. The faith, patience, and fortitude of the selected are frequently put to the test. Spiritual activities and close relationships at these times. Meditation and prayer are two examples of spiritual activities that many people find consoling. In addition to helping people overcome obstacles, these activities help them connect with their higher purpose. At the heart of this route are faith and trust in a divine design. To complete their duty, the chosen ones must conquer their own inner deserts, just as Jesus did while he was in the desert. A significant part of this stage is identifying individuals or circumstances that appear to be coincidences but have a significant influence on life. These relationships are not random occurrences. Rather, they are integral parts of the evolving spiritual jigsaw. Please use this time to like and subscribe to this video if you have experienced something similar or believe you are going through something similar. This experience sharing enhances our shared journey, group accountability, and change. Inner purpose and connection to the divine. Spiritual theology emphasizes that no one is traveling alone. Even during the most trying times, there is always an unseen force providing assistance and direction. The chosen ones start to experience this reality more intensely. One gradually comes to understand that every detail contributed to the development of their objective. The jigsaw pieces start to fit together, and earlier experiences start to make sense. There is a sense of calm and purpose brought about by this realization. Even if the selected one still faces difficulties, they now realize that they are a part of a larger scheme and have a profound significance. A lot of people with the letter M go on to become leaders in their communities or social circles. They have a profound yet subtle impact on others, thus their influence extends beyond the obvious. This spiritual leadership is a reflection of the harmony between the divine design and the individual. A person's light blossoms and illuminates the lives of people around them as they become more committed to their cause. As this phase comes to a close, the chosen one starts to have a stronger sense of connection to their true self and the divine purpose that led them here. With greater clarity and assurance in the road that was designated for them, the trip continues. Transformation and accountability. The selected one's spiritual path progresses until a point is reached where the mission becomes more apparent. Instead of being a sudden revelation, it is a lengthy process, similar to how daylight gradually dispels darkness. This is a watershed moment when inner assurance replaces perplexity. The letter M, which has always existed, starts to be seen as a genuine representation of change. It serves as a continual reminder that the difficulties we encounter are not in vain, but rather are a necessary component of getting ready for something bigger. A sense of duty is a result of this awakening. People who bear this mark are aware that their purpose is to make a good difference in the world, not only to enjoy their life. This duty, however, is an honor rather than a burden. Living with spiritual values. Many people come to see how closely their lives touch those of others at this stage, as though the words, relationships, and encounters were all parts of a heavenly jigsaw. Each one has a deeper significance. Because of this knowledge, the chosen ones behave more thoughtfully. Their decision-making stops being impetuous or self-serving and instead reflects their objective. They start to live by more elevated spiritual principles like generosity, empathy, and compassion. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel for this video. This aids in the expansion of this self-discovery journey and allows us to continue discussing these significant subjects together. Spiritual doctrine and accountability. Spiritual doctrine holds that every one of us has responsibility for our deeds and the results that follow. People with the letter M are aware that the choices they make can affect not just their own lives, but also the paths taken by others. Because of this knowledge, they are more watchful and cautious. The spiritual path requires the chosen ones to face their shadows and the most challenging parts of themselves, which does not lessen the difficulties of daily life, but rather makes them more intense. A crucial phase of spiritual development, the soul is polished like a rough diamond at this time. Solitude and resiliency. This stage is also characterized by isolated periods. As if they were the only ones who saw beyond the obvious, the chosen ones frequently feel misunderstood or alone. But this time alone is brief and acts as a time for reflection and self-determination. As they deal with these challenges, they start to show remarkable resilience. Every challenge they conquer serves as evidence that they are headed in the right direction, sustained by a higher power. There is a rise in intuition along with this resilience. Many start to see clues all around them, such as weird people's statements or incidental incidents that appear to be coincidences, but are truly heavenly messages. Trust and innate leadership. Those with the M's spiritual sensitivity are reflected in their connection to the unseen, which is not a matter of fantasy. The vibrations of the larger plan seem to be captured by their spirits, which function as antennae. The selected ones eventually realize that they can fulfill their purpose without outside approval. They come to trust their gut feelings and the advice they get, even if others don't share that belief. Because of this trust, they become natural leaders, not by force, but because their example motivates others. They are living models of bravery, faith, and tenacity, attributes that profoundly affect everyone they come into contact with. Effects on the group and healing. The letter M also serves as a continual reminder that the path is not just about personal development, but also about the potential effects of that development on the group. Everything you do, no matter how tiny, helps achieve a bigger goal. Many start looking for strategies to increase their effect during this era. Others become spiritual mentors or leaders in their communities, while others devote their life to social causes. Every individual finds a special method to help. Matthew 20:26 tells us that whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant. The chosen ones find significant resonance in this lesson, realizing that their purpose is not about power, but rather about humility and service. Experience sharing and spiritual maturity. The selected ones start to understand the incalculable worth of their experiences, both positive and challenging, as they grow spiritually. They develop into teachings and anecdotes that they may impart. These narratives serve to encourage and mentor others who are just starting out on their path, rather than to glorify their accomplishments. Those that are selected serve as bridges to assist others in overcoming obstacles in life. While the letter M was originally thought of as an individual, it is now known to be a member of a wider network. When someone wears this mark, they are linked to others who are on the same path of sharing wisdom and light. A sensation of belonging is brought about by this connection, which eradicates any sense of isolation. Despite the fact that their paths are distinct, the selected ones start to understand that they are a part of a larger goal. In this stage, many people also start to feel more capable of mending themselves, whether it is spiritually, emotionally, or physically. They transmute their energy into a reassuring and transforming force. The alignment between the individual and the divine is reflected in this ability, which is not a magical one. Your presence becomes a more healing and inspiring force for others the more you are aligned with your objective. Internal tranquility and divine purpose. Despite the storms, this phase of the voyage is characterized by a deep sense of inner tranquility. With an unfailing force guiding them, the selected ones are aware that they are headed in the correct direction. All souls have a special function to play in the universe's overall plan, according to spiritual belief. It is clear to those who wear the letter M that their function is essential and unique. This knowledge relieves them of any uncertainty or inferiority complex. They embrace their missions with appreciation and self-assurance, and they accept who they are. The selected ones understand that they are here to give as well as to receive when they get to this stage. Their purpose manifests itself in every act of kindness, consoling word and loving gesture. Alongside the entire voyage, the letter M is now seen as a sign of triumph, not over others but over one's own limitations, worries, and uncertainties. Proceeding with a purpose. As a result, the voyage proceeds, but this time it is guided by a new sense of direction. As they continue to shine their light on the earth, the chosen ones are sure that they are carrying out the mission that the divine has given them from the beginning of time.